I went ahead and I printed various different designs. So this one you can see is a shabby chic pink, little roses on it. The next one I did is a red bandana, and I'm really happy. I mean, the colors look so on point. And this is a piece of burlap that I printed. And when I got it in yesterday, I printed it and then I trimmed it out. And it was really hard not to play with it immediately, but I knew I wanted to, the first time I played with it, I wanted you guys to see what it was like right along with me because I was really excited. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The first one I'm gonna do is the red bandana. So this is the regular thickness fabric sheet, and if you peel it up from the edge, I have been told that it will not rip or anything like that. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it's peeling up. And I'm just going to keep going with it and let me see. So this gives you a lot of play with it. You can see, I mean, I'm room temperature here and just peeling it off of the paper. It's falling onto itself, but I am able to just go all around. And I don't want to treat it lightly because the truth is, I don't want another paper I have to deal with and ship out to everybody that is falling apart, it's ripping, and everybody's crying, and cakes are being ruined because I failed to find the best product out there to print on and deliver to my customers. So here's the red bandana, and you can see, I mean, it looks like we can crumble it up into a ball. I'm gonna see if you can really do this. I was told you could. And then I'm gonna open it back up. I really don't like doing this. I feel like I'm gonna mess it up, but I was told you could, and it looks like they are absolutely right. Let me see, I'm gonna move these other sheets over here real quick. You can see it kind of stuck to itself here, but I am really truly able to just peel it off of itself. It looks like I got a little bit of a rip there. So we might have to be a little bit more careful than I did just balling it up. But for the most part, it just comes right under. There we go. Check that out. That's amazing. Going to allow you to have more work time, and you're not going to be steaming, throwing them in the refrigerator, or using, I know that some people, they get too wet, they can't get them off, and they're using blow dryers. This is the way it is, and it's going to stay like this. And it looks just like fabric. It feels almost like a really thin piece of vinyl. Let me see. It smells slightly sweet. So that being said, it can definitely be eaten. I don't know what people are gonna make with it, but it looks just like a real bandana, which is pretty amazing. And again, it doesn't really stick to itself unless you really push it, but it can open right back up. So this, again, is the bandana. This is the regular thickness, but this is gorgeous. And if you were doing a skirt cake or doing any pleating or ruffling, I mean, this would work exactly the way. Let me see. I am a terrible sewer, but I still kind of can have an idea of making ruffles. So if you did curtains or ruffles or bows, I mean, this can hold the shape very well. So I'm just so excited about it. And more so for you guys, because I know you guys are always out there trying to make something neat and something new, and the customers are always coming to you saying, oh, I want to do this, and it sounds pretty much impossible. But this paper, I think, is going to open up a lot of options that you didn't even, that none of us knew existed until this paper came along. And I've seen a lot of people come out with products or various methods to make the edible fabric work with wafer paper, but you just can't deny how realistic this looks. And all of these images are going to be permanently available on my website. They probably will go available in 2017. I'm going to enjoy the holidays, get all my Christmas orders out, take the end of the year off. I can do the printing where it's 4-inch blocks. I can do that on this already with lines so you know where to cut, or I can cut it for you, and then you can just wrap it right around your cake, right on the buttercream. I had talked to the manufacturer and said that that's very common. You put it straight on buttercream, it works the same way. It will melt a little bit into the frosting the same way regular, or at least my frosting sheets work. which is a good thing because we like our cakes to look as real as possible. And I think these, sometimes whenever it melts in, it looks really good. So here is the burlap. This is one of my, I refer to this one as my new burlap. I have another one that's called my aged burlap. Hi Liz, thanks for joining. But this is just perfect because I've been printing it before now on a wafer paper, and then people have been putting various products on wafer to make it look like fabric. But right here it is. I mean, this looks just like a piece of burlap. If you guys agree with me, I think we're good to go, because all those shabby chic parties that are going on, this is what is trending. And then it's always, you know, burlap with the shabby chic, and they're putting it on cupcakes and they're making it look like fabric, and that's exactly what this Flex Frost is doing for us. Liz, I was showing them earlier how if you kind of ball this up, it won't stick to itself. So you can undo it and it goes right back to shape. It's not gonna dry out or anything like that. So this is great. Thank you guys for joining. Hi Patty. So let's get started on seeing what it cuts like, because you know, this stuff can look good, it can smell okay and be edible, but if we can't cut through it, we're gonna be in trouble if we literally can only do some draping. So I have my handy dandy scissors, and I'm gonna give it a go. So I guess I'll just cut like a little line through it and see how it cuts. All right, yep, it looks like we are getting away with it really easy. Cuts perfectly, not like an edible image where the edible images sometimes crack or something like that. Let me get this closer. So let's see what happens if we try to punch a piece out. So I have a puncher here. St. Louis right now, so I don't have any humidity issues. It's just the dry air from everybody using their heaters. But a lot of the bakers down in Louisiana, Florida, Southern California, Texas deal with humidity. And that being said, I am excited to see how these hold up whenever it's high humidity for baking. All right, so this one again, and I just really like to show how easy it is to work with. I mean, I've never seen an edible image before that you can peel off and it doesn't stick to itself, and it keeps that movability. This flexibility that it has is pretty amazing.